It's alive! The podcast is live.
Welcome
To Finding Monster Right.
the show about finding monsters, right?
Right. Finding Monster Right's a podcast, and you can see on your own platform an icon there of a little green boy. And who's that green boy? It's Frankenstein's monster.
I'm Allie,
I'm Adam.
and today's episode is Let Me Be Frank, Understanding Frankenstein's Monster. This is the first episode in June of the Living Dead. We are bringing back topics from the grave.
Not only are you getting some classic repeat topics, they're all undead related.
Yes.
Yes, we're bringing them back for a second pass. I don't think there's anything particular wrong with our first Frankenstein episode, but it was we had our wonderful guest Ian on.
Mm-hmm.
Different energy and very much about Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was about Dr. Frankenstein, and this is about Frankenstein's creature.
His creation, his monster.
Yes.
The new Prometheus, as he's been called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the green guy with the bolts in his neck that, is tall.
Doesn't have, not green, no bolts in his neck in the book.
Right.
This is a good point. In pitching some ideas for this episode, you kind of betrayed the idea that your idea of Frankenstein is based on, like, a SpongeBob Halloween special from 2004 or something where, like, Frankenstein's monster is just, like, brains, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, the Van Helsing version, where he's also like that, but he has a heart and an electro storm ball in the back of his head. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. There has been many different iterations and versions of Frankenstein.
No, I think my version that lives in my head is more the book version.
The classic book one. But, like, in
like
film
that...
and TV... I checked earlier, there's like 93 different portrayals. Well,
yeah, makes sense. It's an old book.
It's in a very old book, hundreds of years of different Frankenstein takes. And we wanted to kind of discuss, like, let's break down Frankenstein as we know him.
Yeah. Is he better dumb or smart? Because in the 31 movie and in many subsequent portrayals, he is like throwing a baby into a water or something.
He's a big brute.
He's a big brute. Played
like a child almost. A child that's way too large.
Yeah. Big baby.
Big baby.
And in the original book, he's like, he starts out just kind of like created and like built together from the bodies of, a bastard child of 1,000 maniacs or something like that.
But he begins pontificating.
He's very like almost Byronic, but like existential and like broody, and
he uses words,
and he has great hair, and I can fix him.
Yeah, though he's that's the version that lives in your head. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we pieced this together.
Listeners, I am accidentally staring wistfully into space. That was not on purpose, Adam.
Okay, so we're kind of like talking about which of these versions do we prefer?
Yeah, which do we like better?
Because,
like, if they're making another Frankenstein movie, like, coming this October, first off, we're trying to make movies, man. Second off, should it be, like, a book Frankenstein or a dumb Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Which do you like better?
It's tough. There's been many people that try to do Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. There's people that do like he's super duper posh and smart, and then he eventually turns into something. He kind of goes from smart to dumb.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've seen every iteration of him so far. I think Van Helsing does the right balance, for me at least. Where it's like, I call him 75% dumb and derpy, but that's not without an emotional core. Where there's something more to him that way. That said, frankly, my dear... Oh shit, we should have done that for the title.
Damn it.
I think I like the dumb cartoon myself.
You know what? That's karma, because I was going to start the episode off with like a jump into the city with a little Frankenstein, because I am Frankenstein. Whoa. Frankenstein, hey. Frankenstein, hey. Light it up with Frankenstein.
There's a point when you stop doing a song parody and just become Weird Al.
I have a great Weird Al impression.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't know if there's anything you can do in this decade.
Or
last decade.
Weird Al's still doing things.
Like what?
Like he's making song parodies still. He's still in business.
So Frankenstein, smart or dumb for you?
Smart. I want him really smart. I want him like scheming. I want Paradise Lost, but God is Dr. Frankenstein, and Lucifer is Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
Oh man, Dr. Frankenstein is such a fucking idiot. Now that I'm just remembering the last episode we did.
It sounds like your goal is that that Frankenstein's monster wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the confrontation. I think I'm also in that boat, to be honest.
Yeah, like
I want to see him win, but like more of like a visceral win, like a wrestler, like ground pounding him.
I feel like, well, okay, that's also what I want to do with God, but.
I think we've established where we're at with that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Frankenstein Monster's title. Because, like, that's always a conversation piece. It's been cliche for a long time. But let's give him a name.
Yeah, no, we should really give him a name.
Let's see what name works for Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Is Frank too stupid?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So, the only name he is identified as in the story itself is Adam.
Yes. Or it's something that he proposes.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Because I ought to have been thy Adam.
Right.
But instead I am the fallen angel. Which, there you go, there's my bit from earlier. But it's not like he is calling himself Adam, but he's comparing himself to the biblical Adam. Correct. Which, you know him.
Yeah.
That's
my
your
boy.
dad. That's your dad.
Yeah.
You're Cain. You're forced to wander the earth.
He had a name for himself in the Penny Dreadful version. He cracked open a Shakespeare book, Two Gentlemen from Verona.
Oh, Caliban?
Nope.
Oh.
And that was actually Dr. Frankenstein's first creation in that story.
Oh, okay.
Frankenstein's monster is his second, which is very confusing. But yeah, he cracks open a book and he calls himself Proteus from the Two Gentlemen of Verona.
That's very,
Are you pro that?
It's a little much.
It is very highly of yourself. It's something that's a little more down to earth.
Prometheus?
Prometheus.
No, Frankenstein, the doctor, is the modern Prometheus. That's the idea.
His name should be Fire, because Prometheus comes from him. He doesn't like fire.
He's just a monster, he's on fire.
What names mean fire?
What names mean fire? Agnes. Might. Oh, you're a fan of thinkbabynames.com, not Behind the Name?
I think Baby Names is actually my go-to.
Boys, no results found. Girls, no results found.
Well, I put that as their name. So the name Fire is not in most languages. Meaning, word, etymology.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Okay. All right, so boy names associated with fire. First off, there's a very intimidating graph of a baby.
Oh, yeah. And you can see fire names through the ages.
Going down.
Yeah, we're in a drought below 2%.
All right, so a Bendigo.
Well, fiery furnace story from the Bible.
Yep. Aiden. Aditya. Aiden spelled differently.
From the Gaelic of fire.
AODH from Scottish Irish Gaelic. So probably
Odin.
Apollo. Okay, mythological.
Arden, Arun, Ashbel. Yeah.
Barnes. Bucky Barnes.
Barnes ain't bad.
Blaze.
Yeah, classic Saint Blaze. Castor, Comus. Story of a Man with a Torch.
Eden, Dinesh.
Yeah. We got
Those are names.
Yeah.
Elijah.
Flew to heaven on a fiery chariot.
I don't know if that really flies.
It literally flies.
Elmo. Elmo is a monster.
Saint Elmo's fire. Yeah, so, I mean, Elmo's not bad. It's funny because Elmo's red. Everyone knows Elmo is red.
And Frankenstein's monster is yellow.
Yeah, a different color altogether.
Well, that's just hilarious. What great comedy.
Yeah. Oh,
Ignatius.
Iggy.
That's cute.
Yeah, for ardent burning. Idris, fiery leader prophet.
Ooh. Ooh, Idris, though.
I think that's pretty awesome. There's only one Idris out there, and now there's two. So not taken,
Keegan. Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Levant. I don't know if that one.
Mitchell, Torch, Beacon.
Thetis, Ramses. Samson. Ooh, that one scans.
From Hebrew Sun. Powerful. Samson's a very... I mean, that's the biblical connotation, too.
Yeah, and also very strong.
Very strong. Long hair. Yeah. So, Samson.
Betrayed by Delilah. Samson was betrayed by Delilah, and Victor Frankenstein was building a bride of Frankenstein, and then gave up midway through, and that's when Frankenstein felt most betrayed by his creator.
Perfect.
Okay.
Samson or Sam?
Samson. All right, we got one.
All right, Samson's our boy. So Frankenstein's monster is now Samson. This story is old enough to be public domain. This is canon now. His canon name is Samson.
Samson Frankenstein.
Yeah, he took his last name.
Yeah, he took his father's last name. So if you say Frankenstein, that is technically also true.
All right, so Samson. What's our next category to tackle with him?
Samson. Our next category is how many people could he kill with a donkey?
Real fortune.
She tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne, and she cut your hair.
And she broke everything else, too.
And from your lips she drew a fire bad, though. Fire bad.
So this was a question that I proposed at the end of the last episode.
Fire bad, though. Yeah, sure.
Or I said, let's talk about it later. Undead or re-alive?
Undead or re-alive. This is related, I think, to another thing we were talking about, which is the Finding Monster Right logo itself.
Yes, let's talk about him.
So
Monster Right, as he's called, right?
Monster Right himself. So if you look at the Finding Monster Right logo, which we spent hours designing.
It's very, very impressive. Please look at it more.
It's a pretty simple logo, but
find it on Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star review next to it.
Yep. That's the only way to see it, actually.
Yeah, you won't see the full picture. It's like Emperor's Clothes. Otherwise, you'll see what was inspired by a clip art image of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
This green dude with a flat top hair style.
Headphones instead of head bolts.
Yeah, the head bolts are also your phones.
Yeah, because we're a podcast. He's got a smart little tie.
A smart bow tie. He doesn't have the bedroom eyes that I insisted on.
Yeah, no, Adam wanted to do semicircle eyes, and I was like, Adam, this looks weirdly... The show is already called, Finding Mr. Right, and, with the bow tie and, the seduction eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's doing a little smirk. He's got a little fang.
Yeah, he has a little orc fang.
Right, and that's just, again, what's inspired by a piece of clip art that we had.
Yeah, which, Frankenstein's monster does not have pointy teeth.
He doesn't, does he?
That's either vampires or orcs you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to have, a vampire orc, because then it's, 2 down, 2 up.
He's just mouthful of bad fangs.
Ah!
Would it count if he bites with, the lower fangs?
I don't know. We'd have to see.
Do you become a double vampire?
Is that how you get a super vampire? Is Groomsh mad about something? We need to run this D&D campaign.
Putting these two aside, Frankenstein, if he was bit by a vampire, what would happen?
Okay, well, this is the question. Is he undead or real-alive? Because if he's undead, then I don't think that does anything.
You have to be alive to be a vampire.
Yes.
Then
you have to be alive to be turned into a vampire. If a vampire bites a zombie, that's nothing.
It's like a status condition thing.
Yeah, you get to be one type of undead. You can, I think, you can be a vampire werewolf according to D&D rules.
And Skyrim too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, you can.
It's very specific the way to do it, but you can do it.
You can stack, but you can't undo. Once he dies, that's it for vamps.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, he's a bunch of body parts reanimated together.
Yes.
By lightning and technology.
In the movies, it's lightning, and in the books, it's more
science. Meredith, science.
Alchemy. It's not very scientific. It's almost more like
lead to gold, philosopher's stone, two stones and the blessing of an angel.
I would compare it mostly to a golem.
Okay, so instead of clay, though, it's like flesh.
Oh, man.
A flesh golem.
There is a D&D monster called a flesh golem. I'm going to grab a monster manual.
Finding Monster Right is brought to you by Kellogg's Cereals. Take a bite of nutrition in your life. Nutrition is what happens when two positive ions form together with a nucleus. A nucleus is the powerhouse of a cell. No, wait, that's the mitochondria.
Hey, are you quoting any sponsors?
Maybe.
God damn it. All right. So,
Flesh golem. You can create a flesh golem if you're an aspiring wizard with 2,000 GP and a golem of manuals.
stop courting sponsors. Okay, so a vampire.
Really quick, I'm in a manual of golems. A golem of manuals is a separate kind of golem.
That's interesting, though. Okay, so a bite attack must be done against... The target dies if this effect reduces its hit point maximum to 0, referring to the bite. A humanoid slain in this way and then buried in the ground rises the following night as a vampire spawn under the vampire's control.
So the problem there is that
Flesh golems are a medium construct.
Construct, not humanoid.
Yes, okay.
So brought back to life, reanimated in the shape. He is a creation, as we've said many times. So I do not think he counts as a humanoid.
He doesn't count as a humanoid, but I guess he counts as alive.
Is he still...
Well,
How?
what? Here's some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
He can fuck. This was a real concern in the story. Right?
Yeah, that he can...
He can reproduce. That was a concern of Victor Frankenstein's, that if he made a female monster, then she and the male monster would be able to reproduce. And have, 2.74 kids and a golden retriever, a Frankenweenie.
Yeah, a blue front door and a picket fence.
Yeah, it's kind of the Jurassic World problem of, they'll overrun the Earth, and it's like there's two of them. They will have one set of kids, and then that's it.
They were born in a lab.
Yeah.
They were raised in a zoo.
Exactly.
This is California.
There's 30 dinosaurs of as many species. How are they going to spread over the entire Earth?
Yeah, there's one of each. No, there are no two same dinosaurs.
Yeah, do you know how dinosaurs fuck? Jurassic Worlds.
Okay, so to your points.
So if they can reproduce, is that not the essential definition of not vampires can produce young sometimes to make Dompeaters. And vampires are definitely undead. They're quintessential undead.
Yeah, I don't think the ability to have children means anything in this context. So I do think the vampire test tells us that, if they are...
Well, a vampire also couldn't bite a dog.
Yeah, that's true.
By D&D rules and make a vampire. So
I think they're re-alive. I think Samson is a reanimated construct.
I think it might count as undead because it heals, right? Frankenstein's monster heals.
He's overcome death.
Yes, but he can also die.
He can die again.
Yes.
Real-alive or undead can die again. I don't think that's a good litmus test. What's the difference between these two terms? Because one might say they're synonyms. Well,
I feel like to be undead, you can't physically heal. If you put a Band-Aid on a zombie, it would not...
If a zombie, scrapes his hand, he's not gonna...
It's not gonna knit back together.
Right.
What are the essential qualities of life that we learned in biology class, right?
Yeah. I think if Frankenstein loses an arm, it doesn't come back. It doesn't heal over. He'll keep bleeding until he's done. Is that true?
I think that's true of people, also.
Well, you could have a hand, but I mean, let's talk the scratch, like you said. Because he's already got all the stitches.
He's already got all the stitches. They're all stitched together.
Therefore, they don't come back. Therefore, undead.
But, would they eventually?
No.
Do we know that for sure?
He never hangs out long enough to find out.
I guess not.
Yeah. But I don't think...
But, think about, all of the instances that you've seen Frankenstein? Like, is he always covered in stitches? Because that seems to be more like a book Frankenstein, not a movie Frankenstein, not a Karloff and post Frankenstein. Like,
So-
when I think about Frankenstein in a cartoon or something, it's just a solid green skin tone.
Yeah. Does Frankenstein have a healing factor? This will answer it, right?
Yeah, well, vampires have a healing factor. Are vampires undead?
Okay, I don't
They have to eat?
I don't think we're getting anywhere with this question. Because I still know the difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
Real life, we have not yet found a piece of criteria that vampires don't disobey in some way.
Vampires also...
Because he does have a minor healing factor.
Vampires don't have to breathe. Frankenstein does. Are there any undead that have to breathe?
Let's see. Zombies just kind of groan around. They eat still.
I don't think they need... I think zombies underwater is fine. You know what? The breath of life, right? Let's go back to Genesis.
Okay.
You know, that's the whole, like, breathing life into the clay. That is something that is analogous to the creation of Frankenstein, obviously. And also, I think something is undead if it breathes. Something is undead if it doesn't breathe, rather. And if it does breathe, it is re-alive. Unless it's just like that. Like a... Well, like a slime mold or something, you know, they don't like, but they are alive. They're not undead.
Okay, but once again, does he breathe?
Yeah.
He breathes.
I'm pretty sure he breathes.
Therefore, he's...
Re-alive.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. He's
Okay.
re-alive.
Yeah.
Got it. A couple questions following that. Now that we know that he's re-alive, he cannot be vampired, though.
No, because he's a construct, not a humanoid.
Got it.
And we're using D&D rules because we might as well.
Yeah, at this point, why not? So the other question that So, now that we understand who he is as a being, I have a couple more. Let's, define his personality a bit.
Okay, let's find Samson's personality.
We're not talking, astrological sign or Hogwarts house or any basic shit like that. I want to know.
I kind of want to know sign now.
I don't know him too well or the differences between them.
Hey, what's your sign? Frankenstein. What's your sign, Frankenstein? Hogwarts house. The not racist one. All right.
The one I want to ask you, which Avenger do you think he would best team up with? Because I was going through them and I'm like, he has a bit of each one of them in him.
Well, the Hulk is very much based on Frankenstein.
Yeah, the Boris Karloff, green, the hair.
Flat head in some of the older books.
Yeah, no, that's...
The science mistake backstory.
Yeah, that's in line with it. But he also, in a lot of adaptations, has a lightning theme to him. Lightning, electricity.
Thor,
yeah. Are they buddy-buddy because of that?
Well, if we look...
we do know that post, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, he likes to party. Likes to throw back a drink, smoke a cigar.
Oh, yeah.
And have a good time.
So, flesh golems are immune to lightning and, in fact, absorb lightning and heal from it.
Perfect, exactly.
So, so that's a combo move, I think. Thor and Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's like Thor's sidekick.
He's getting all beat up, and then Thor zoops him up. Soups him up.
Zoops him up, yeah.
Yeah, heals him a bunch. Yeah, that's a
By
possibility.
Odin's face, I zoop you up.
Cap, they have a similar story. A super serum, remade person. They both get their powers on a slab.
They can fly. They're both black. They don't wear anything on their heads.
Oh, right. So that actually, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about that because
Yeah.
you didn't see Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I'm better than you.
OG Captain America.
Yeah, Steve Rogers.
So yeah.
Is he actually like Sam Wilson? Both named Sam.
Both named Sam.
Both named Sam as of recently.
Canonically, both named Sam.
Yep. Okay, checks out.
He doesn't fly.
No. Well, he's born of science, like Iron Man is, in a way.
He does have that, that tech powers him. Speaking of Iron Man, Iron Man, him, I bet they could bond over daddy issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
I don't know what his weapon of choice would be.
Not fire, know that much. Probably punching.
Yeah.
Wit.
To
that end, I suggest Doctor Strange. Oh, actually, that's good because, honestly, imagine like the question of what a soul is, and then like imagine Doctor Strange doing that thing where he like boops you out of the back of you.
My one question though is, does he have anything against doctors now?
Oh.
Because they might be on different terms there.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, so might not be a home run.
Well, he hangs out with the Hulk.
Yeah,
and Iron Man I think has some PhDs.
I guess that's a good point. Let's see, who else are we forgetting?
Winter Soldier, experimentation.
Oh,
he would bond with Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
with White Wolf, with Bucky Barnes.
I think they've got a similar look to them too.
Oh yeah.
With the long hair.
Yeah, no, honestly, not wrong.
They have like a similar tragic backstory, and he can talk about having replacement arms.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
That tracks. I think they're the best pair of these lot.
Okay, but I want to go through some more.
Okay.
Black Widow.
Okay.
Ooh, think you're the only monster on the team?
Yeah, Black Widow.
And he's just like, yeah.
Frankenstein is the guy that Black Widow dates when Hulk is like on the other planets. And he comes back, it's like, oh shit, sorry.
Okay, get you some ScarJo.
Yeah.
Why am I jealous of ScarJo in that situation?
Spider-Man.
I think he'd be afraid of him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're just like that one guy with the lightning on your back of your head.
Yeah. Black Panther.
Okay, T'Challa.
Classic.
I don't know if I
bet he'd be like, yeah, this seems like something science could do, no bigs.
Yeah, there's no cultural implication of Frankenstein, is there? It's more of a man versus science narrative.
Yeah, I don't think they would really talk about anything. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, I mean, they're cute together. Don't get me wrong. But Hawkeye is a family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's...
I was gonna say Frankenstein would be, like, fun to have as, like, an uncle at barbecues with the... Yep.
No. Not even... I think canonically does not do well with children.
Or fire.
The two things at a barbecue. We know for certain.
What the fuck kind of barbecues are you going to?
And meat as well.
Oh my god. Like, we got all the things we need for a barbecue. We got fire. We got children.
That's it.
Done and done.
Okay, who are some of the newer ones? Wanda. But they get along. Oh, I think they've got some shared trauma.
Oh my god,
right?
Wait a minute. Vision.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's it.
He's created. He shoots lasers around. He's
like the more optimistic Frankenstein. Vision is Frankenstein, but with extra powers, and also if the creator was like, all right, I can fuck with this.
He can kind of help him overcome some of that stuff, maybe.
So Tony Stark is better than Victor Frankenstein.
Yes, correct.
As is Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
They're both Vision's dads.
All right, we found a good pairing with Vision there.
Thor is like a weird sperm donor with the lightning. What do you think the lightning did? Remember Age of Ultron when Thor like jumps on the machine and shoots him with lightning? Like they were already making Vision. What did that do?
I don't think so. It's literally I think it's literally Frankenstein what they're pulling from.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a jump start of lightning.
Like a car battery?
Yeah, like a DeLorean. So, now that we're talking movies, I'd like to propose as well. What movies do you think Frankenstein would do well in? Because,
Memento.
Memento, forgets... He would not forget
things. He does not have this.
Yeah, I think most regular people do find a Memento.
But that's kind of the point of Memento.
But here's one for. So I originally proposed this question as people named Frank. So I was thinking Frank Ocean, Ocean's 11. Frankenstein running a heist crew. I think even your clever Frankenstein might not do well with that.
No, I think he doesn't really understand like how the world works, not through lack of ability, but just lack of experience.
Frankenstein in Vegas would be a terrifying sight.
That's what you get for Frankenstein in Vegas. All right.
So let's see what other movies are there. Die Hard.
I imagine Frankenstein getting very like sensory overload in a casino.
Mhm.
That's a thing. Frankenstein's got some neurodivergent traits. I think Samson Frankenstein does.
Yes, Samson. He's got. That's a good point. He'd have to be in the right environment.
Yeah.
And set himself up that way. So a high stress environment like Die Hard might be bad for him.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think he'd fit through the vents either.
No, he's very tall and very big.
Lumbering. So
Lumbering is a good, yeah. No, I don't think Die Hard would work. Although, like, no, there's absolutely nothing about Die Hard that screams.
Frankenstein would be good at this.
No. Chronicles of Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Which of those three do you think he'd be best as? The Wardrobe, right?
The Witch. He's broody like that, and he hates God.
She plays a lot of word games.
He can do word games.
The OG Frankenstein can.
Your pitiful human book Frankenstein. Like,
yeah, OG book Frankenstein. Okay, that makes sense. Turkish delights. That's all I know.
That feels like something he would like.
He would also oppose Jesus Aslan.
Yeah, precisely. He hates God.
Yeah. So that tracks. Let's see. The other. Oh, you know what? I think. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Do you think Frankenstein would make a good Aladdin?
Genies.
He's
as we've discovered.
He's chased through a bazaar. Your dream.
Yep. My dream.
He's often chased through towns anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thought though.
Yes.
What are the jinn made of?
Smokeless fire.
Smokeless fire. Yeah. Fire bad. He's gonna rub that lamp and be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
He wouldn't even rub the lamp. He goes fire bad and not even touch it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bad pairing.
No, and like Jafar's just like a diamond in the rough.
And I was just like, really? This guy? Look at the size of him!
Patience, Iago.
So, alright.
I didn't know I had such a good Jafar in my back pocket. I guess I am queer and therefore can do any Disney villain.
Let's see. I'm trying to think about some of their top film collections. In The Matrix.
Ooh, haven't seen it.
Okay.
Trans allegory, though. I understand it completely.
I don't think he would be...
I know The Matrix.
Well, let me put it this way. So, in The Matrix, Neo has a bunch of information uploaded into him as he travels through cyberspace and gets skills. Right. I think Frankenstein's a very blank slate. So putting new information into him would be a good thing.
Yeah.
He learns quick.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And that creation stuff, he's like, as soon as he realizes that he's in a Matrix, a computer-generated world, he's like, I knew it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. This all made too much sense.
Finally, I can fight God.
There are a lot of God allegories there, and the series eventually devolves into fighting God. Okay.
All right, chill. Tight. The Exorcist.
I don't think he'd be good in either of the... I don't think he'd match any of the three roles. Or four roles, I guess. There's the devil and the girl.
There's the two priests.
Yeah. I don't think he'd make a good old priest or a good young priest.
I don't know. I think he
might do a good old priest. Oh, speaking of old mentors, Ben Kenobi.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a solid Ben Kenobi.
That works. Honestly, like Ben Kenobi being made out of part. There's that old theory that his name is Obi-Wan, and that he is one of these so-called clones from this mysterious Clone Wars that we know nothing about because the prequels aren't out yet.
Before any of that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the classic, the old theory.
Yeah, and so being a clone is kind of like being a Frankenstein. In this TED Talk, I will.
Yeah, so, I mean, those are some good ones. All right, let's pull something a little more left field for you.
The Avengers. Bum bum ba
Yeah, it just the one I wanted to mention was
on left.
He doesn't have. Honestly,
dumb Frankenstein just like fucking like Black Panther and Okoye and Shuri are just like walking through a portal all cool and stuff, and then like Frankenstein just comes through like, looks like fire.
That's it. That's my secret cap. Fire always bad. But he turns to punch it and then just runs them through him. Because he's made of body parts. He would not be a good Nick Fury. That's
okay, but smart Frankenstein would though.
Yes, smart Frankenstein would pull it off.
That'd be tight as hell.
Anything a smart person can do, smart Frankenstein can't.
Yeah.
Except if it like involves diving underwater. I don't think it could be good in that environment.
Ooh, wait a minute. Game of Thrones.
Which character?
The Hound.
Afraid
of fire. Already taken care of.
Yeah, and he's, large and in charge, like the Cleganes.
Fights Gregor Clegane, Mountain, who is kind of a Frankenstein.
Oh, so he's kind of reclaiming himself.
So it's like he's the it's like the Marvel Phase 1 villain, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the settle. Frankenstein's gonna play the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I think Frankenstein could end up on the Iron Throne. I don't think Sandor Clegane could.
Well, it's like if he's like Ned Stark, he could cut his head off and he's just still puts it back on.
What do we do about the Targaryen girl, Sir Frankenstein? Fire's
fire bad.
Fire. I will take what is mine with fire and bad.
That's his campaign slogan. Fire bad. Yeah, no, fire is bad.
I think if you just like go back in time and change one thing about the Game of Thrones timeline, the ending comes out not being fucking stupid.
Yeah. And adding Frankenstein will fix it.
Yeah, adding Frankenstein would have fixed Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I had this thing where like I would be the so like my situation in Game of Thrones, if I were a Game of Thrones character,
yeah,
based on like my backstory, I would be like some like merchant child of like the Reach, like a child of a merchant family, and I would eventually be like snatched up by Qyburn and be like his assistant. And
Qyburn as his assistant is a great role in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And I would wind up being like one of those like people in between that fucks Cersei when Jaime's not around.
Yeah.
Lancel. And I would end up getting like killed in some brutal experiment by Qyburn to show how evil he is. That's my role in Game of Thrones.
That's a pretty good one. My brain immediately filled in the blank of it's like I'm gonna be a shitty peasant, aren't I? Like you roll the odds and you're just like the guy that just lives in a farm and he's like, here's some food and ale. It's like, thanks, I'm taking your gold anyway. Oh goody, time to starve. I feel like I'd be stuck doing something like that.
Oh, I forgot to mention that I was in the Maesters Academy because I was very smart and stuff, but then I got kicked out because I don't like to follow the rules, and then Qyburn snatched me up because that's his backstory too.
Yeah,
and then I fuck Cersei and die.
You and Qyburn are besties. I'd probably my revised answer is I would probably work for the Iron Bank. I'd just be rolling around. It's like, hey, you owe the bank some money.
That's a tight job.
Yeah, I think the character in the book is like in the like book 4 and 5 that's been stuck forever. He just rolls up in different places. Like, yeah, you guys owe some money, so see ya. I got other places to be. So yeah, the debitor.
Is Dario Naharis taken as a role?
I don't know.
Because
would he be a good Frankenstein though?
What does Dario Naharis do?
Nothing.
He leads the Second Sons and he fucks Daenerys. I don't know. I feel like I could do that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, Joel.
Go fight those people. Hey, Danny. Do that. How old's Danny?
Well, I think the book is the canon we've been sticking to.
Oh shit. Run. No.
All right.
No.
All right. So I think we're any other piece of pop culture you want to approach with Frank? I'm sorry. You want to approach with Samson Frank?
Samson Frank.
Yeah. As his basketball jersey says.
What's his zodiac sign? I'm pretty sure he was born in November.
If he was born in November, that would make him a...
I think Sagittarius?
That might be late November.
Check the zodiac sign. Check the zodiac signs. When does the zodiac happen?
Well, first I'm looking at when he was born. right?
It's a common domain book. Why not just, look for the text on Project Gutenberg or something?
Right here.
It is not in the first place. They don't start.
What? They do.
You're always about this. Like, you're always about starting the, like, when does Frankenstein happen?
When does Frankenstein happen, though?
I think it might be Volume 1, Chapter 7, like the last one, like a cliffhanger,
Okay.
Trial. Oh, no, this is before. Or this is after. Okay, go back. Okay, I think we're almost... there we go. It was on a dreary night of November that I beheld an accomplishment of my toils.
Well, I don't think it gives us a date.
It does not give us a date, but it's just a dreary evening in November. Okay, so pull up zodiac signs. So I was right. It is November. Okay, so
it's either a Scorpio or Sagittarius.
Most likely Scorpio. But also I like Sagittarius because that's mine.
I know. So, well, let's...
Oh, okay, let's figure it out based on his personality traits. What's your Frankenstein?
Resourceful, brave, passionate, stubborn, a true friend.
I don't think... I think he is resourceful. I think he is not really brave, but kind of. I think he's passionate, yes.
Stubborn, yes.
Yes. Yes. He hates God so much.
Yeah. A true friend.
Wait, why is stubborn a strength? He's dumb.
They're Scorpio. What do you expect from them?
True friend, I think no.
Okay, yeah, no on that one. Weaknesses: distrusting, jealous.
Yep.
Secretive.
Mm-hmm.
Violent.
Yep. Okay, so this is pretty good for Scorpios.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go back to Sagittarius.
Let's see what we got here.
All right.
Elements fire.
Oh, right, it's a fire sign. Okay, you know what? That might...
Fire bad.
Fire is... Okay, he's a Scorpio.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Elements water. Great.
Yeah. Water okay.
Water okay. Not a very popular one. Passionate, assertive people, determined, decisive. Will research until they find out the truth.
Oh, yep, that's exactly what happens.
Great, yeah.
He finds, like, Frankenstein's notes in one of his jacket pockets because he took a jacket out and, like, does research until he finds the truth. That's exactly right. He is a Scorpio.
Absolutely. So, I think that wraps up all our info about Samson.
Yeah.
We learned his name, movies that work, his sign.
Mm-hmm. Check the time and check the games. See what we got.
So 46.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Let's see.
Let's check some games just in case there's any good ones in there. Oh, you were talking about Monster Rehab.
Yeah, Monster Rehab, sorting the monsters into society.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So putting Samson into society, it's not unlike what we were doing with pop culture. No. But it's like, what job do you think he would be great at? We can talk about the two Frankensteins as well. As in, like, the book one.
All right. Demolitions.
He breaks things.
We just say that for every monster.
Yeah, because they're all monsters.
Right. You know what? This is going to sound up its own ass, but I think Smart Frankenstein could be a writer. In the way we are all Frankensteins of Jesus.
Yeah, no, I can't even... it just brings it full circle.
There's that one quote that says something like, an oft-repeated and oft-misinterpreted piece of advice given to young writers is write what you know, which explains why there's so many novels about middle-aged writers contemplating adultery. Yeah,
right. So, that's covered there. And Dumb Frankenstein can, work at the grocery store.
I don't know if he could.
There's a lot of beeping.
Very sensory overload.
A lot of people, too. You think he'd work on a farm?
I think he did. I think that was a thing that happened already.
Okay.
Well, no, that was Smart Frankenstein, actually.
I mean, Dumb One, he, wanders the countryside.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out. No,
Here's the thing. I think you also need, basic math skills and stuff to work at a grocery store or work retail at all. And, you need customer service ability.
No customer service whatsoever.
No.
Maybe, stocks.
Yes.
Moving large packages around.
Oh, not the stock market. That's what I thought you meant. I was like, bold choice. I like it.
You don't need to know money for that.
No. I honestly don't know what a stockbroker does. And so I feel like Dumb Frankenstein.
He's just like, broker, yes. I'll break things.
Up. Down. And meanwhile, Smart Frankenstein is like, what is this meaningless drivel? And Dumb Frankenstein's like, "You're too boring."
I think Dumb Frankenstein would be great as a stockbroker. He gets in charge of like a firm by the end.
I think they star in a sitcom together. Yes. And that's like the job. Dumb Frankenstein is the breadwinner
of the two, yeah.
Because he works the stock.
This is a great sitcom.
And Smart Frankenstein is a writer. And there's like a left brain, right brain, and we will.
And they are public domain.
They're public domain.
We can do this.
We can make this. Which one do you want to play?
Oh man, can I be? Oh god,
How much you hate God?
I'll be the Dumb Frankenstein breadwinner.
All right, I will be the Smart Frankenstein.
Yeah, there we go. What's I guess we have to end with the name of the sitcom.
Oh, Frank and Stein. It's easy.
Yeah.
Smart Frankenstein, Dumb Frankenstein, Brood, and Dude. No, get away from and.
Oh, what's the name of of this episode?
Let Me Be Frank.
Yeah, if it's a sitcom, it's gonna have something stupid like that.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let Me Be Frank also has.
If they're a couple, it's called Frankly My Dear.
Yes, I don't think they are though.
No, they're not.
We're playing them. No, they're not. Oh god.
Okay, so
no, yeah. Let Me Be Frank. That also passes my sitcom smell test for titles of like The Office.
Yeah.
Community.
Let Me Be Frank.
Let Me Be Frank.
Yeah.
2.5 Men.
Absolutely.
Big Bang Theory.
All right. Let's take a.
You can't do that with a drama like.
No, like the Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. Too hard.
Yeah.
It goes up and down too much. The stress pattern.
It's a water cooler thing.
Yeah.
Did you see Let Me Be Frank last night?
Yeah. Did you see Let Me Be Frank? Did you see Game of Thrones?
Yeah. So let's take Samson to the final rating place.
Dear Samson.
Dear Samson, you're a big, great boy.
You're a big, great boy. So strong, so powerful. I'm so proud of you.
Strong, powerful, proud.
Let me be your mom. I can do it. Okay.
I'm giving... Do we have to... Since we separate them as sitcom characters, do we have to rate them separately?
Yes.
Okay. I'm giving Smart Frankenstein an 8 out of 10 for his pontifications. I'm giving Dumb Frankenstein also an 8 out of 10.
Okay, good.
For his powerful fire hatred.
I'm giving Smart Frankenstein. What I like about Smart Frankenstein is that he is kind of this personification of responsibility, and what I really enjoy about his character is that I personally, as a scientist and as a person, feel capable of that responsibility in a way that Victor Frankenstein is not, which kind of runs antithetical to the proposed message of Mary Shelley's work. But in a way, I find Mary Shelley's work overly fearful, as I so often do with horror. It's the reason why I can't read Lovecraft. It's the reason why I can't watch slasher movies or horror movies. Not because, it's too scary or too gory, but because I just, I don't get it. I just feel oh, gross. Or oh, that's sad. Those teens were just fucking. That's not enough to murder somebody about.
You missed the what are we doing here part of it.
Yeah, I'm not the creeping tension. I don't get this thing that people get.
To me, I think it's something that people experience at a young age, and it grows with them.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm making a Frankenstein and I'm getting all the way up to the point where I press a button to turn it on, just turning it on, and getting the uncanny valley effect, okay, if you're that fucking disgusted, shoot it. Terminate the specimen, Victor.
Yeah.
Well, this is just the old episode again.
Have a plan B there, but...
But also, maybe teach him to tap dance. You know?
It's a good way to end a movie.
Yeah. Or, the middle of... Well, so okay, in any case, Smart Frankenstein, I'm gonna give him a 7.9 out of 10. And,
Dumb Frankenstein.
Dumb Frankenstein. I'm gonna give him 2.5 men out of 10 men.
That's a lot of men.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like kind of a dumber version of something I like better.
It's a weaker read, and I see why you match the book's energy so much more.
Yeah.
I like the pop culture value of it.
Hey God, have great hair.
And with that,
it's the new Be Gay Do Crime.
And cut.
Oh. Okay.
Is that a good spot?
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That seems a little abrupt. I don't know.
Okay. Tune in next time for more June of the Living Dead.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
I brought the outro back from the grave.